I think it's fair to say that over the past 8 years of doing this channel, a little bit of creativity has sort of gone by the wayside. When I started this channel, I was so full of creativity, and these days, sometimes I am and sometimes I'm not. Luckily, lately I've been on a super creative tear. I recently wrote a book called Home Bartending Mastery. Several times throughout the years, I've been approached to write a book, and each time I said no. And the reason why I said no is because I wasn't that confident in my ability to even be able to write a book. But then finally, when Quattro came and asked me to write a book or asked me if I had an idea for a book, I decided to say yes and then just like do what scared me, which was one of the best decisions that I've ever made. So if there's any decisions that you've been sitting on that scare you, or if you have an impulse that you've been sitting on because you're just too afraid to take that step, I just want to tell you to take the step. It will change your life. For better or worse, I can't tell you, but it will change your life, and it's usually worthwhile. Usually it's a positive change. ZBiotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic is a genetically engineered probiotic you drink before drinking alcohol to avoid that rough next morning and get back to living your life. PhD scientists invented it because they know the real problem is not dehydration. It's a toxic byproduct of alcohol, and ZBiotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic is the only product that breaks it down. That's just a fact. Just remember to drink responsibly and get plenty of rest, and you'll be well on your way to a beautiful next morning. ZBiotics breaks down the alcohol byproduct responsible for rough next mornings after drinking. If you're the kind of person that enjoys drinks with friends or just wants to unwind at the end of the day, but still has a full day planned the next day, ZBiotics is perfect for you. One ZBiotics before you start drinking is all you need to enjoy your night or day and still look forward to tomorrow. So if you're ready to make the most of the next morning, scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description below, or go to zbiotics.com/educatedbarfly and type in educated barfly at checkout for 15% off any first time orders of ZBiotics probiotics. So then I wrote the book, and then what I didn't think about or know about is that they gave me a certain amount of pages. So at first I didn't know that I could write the book, and then I overwrote. I wrote like so many pages that they were like, you only have X amount of pages, we need to cut some of this book, and I wasn't just prepared that like some of my book would end up on the cutting room floor. What we wrote and what was published, I'm super proud of, but I have so much more creativity in me now. It really like stoked something in me. And so I've been on a creating cocktail tear. So today we're gonna be doing an original cocktail because I feel like doing an original cocktail, and a lot of people ask me where you get an inspiration from cocktails. A lot of people say like, oh, I've seen all these cocktails on the internet. I'm so inspired. I don't know where to start. How do I get inspiration? Or I feel like I'm in a rut. How do I get inspiration? And inspiration can really come from anywhere. Today's inspiration comes from a piece of glassware that I got that is one of my favorite new pieces of glassware. Drum roll, please. The one that we're gonna make it in is gonna be chilled, but I wanna pull out just like a non-chilled version so you can see it. This is called a pony glass. So this is my favorite glass. It's called a pony glass. And one of my favorite cocktails is called a Clover Club. So then I thought to myself, I know that a few people have put their hat in the ring to make a Pink Pony Club cocktail, obviously named after the Chapel Roan song. I haven't tried any of those. I just wanted to throw my hat into the ring and make a Pink Pony Club cocktail in my pony glass with strawberries based on a Clover Club. Now, Clover Clubs are made with raspberries. Today, we're gonna be making ours with strawberries. I have about 250 grams of quartered strawberries here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use sugar to extract the juices and make a syrup. Okay, we're putting on gloves here because we're gonna do a little something. So we have our tiered scale here. We're gonna do this by weight so that we're super accurate. We're gonna put 250 grams, so an equal volume of sugar to strawberries. And what we wanna do is actually, we're using super fine sugar. Somebody actually said if you wanna make super fine sugar and you can't find it, because sometimes it's kind of hard to find the baker's sugar, just put it in a blender, just like blend it up and make it fine, which I've never tried, but it sounds like sensible, right? Yeah. Or maybe put a bunch of sugar inside a Cuisinart or something and just, food processor. But I actually found some baker's sugar, but you wanna use super fine sugar because this is not only gonna extract all the juices, but it's going to dissolve into the juice a lot more quickly. And if you are using large granular sugar, there's a little bit different of a process you need to go through. So we're just gonna add 250 grams into our little tiny cute Canberra that I got at Surface. I love it. This seems like a lot of sugar, but you'll see what happens when we let it sit for 24 hours. Here it is, 250 grams. on the nose. You want to mix it real well. You want to have all of the strawberries coated in the sugar. It's gonna look crazy for a while, but you just gotta bear with it. It's going to start extracting the juices. First, it's gonna look like clumpy like that, and then it's gonna start extracting the juices and it's gonna be like a bright pink. But you let it sit for 24 hours or a little over 24 hours and it's really going to extract the juices out really fast. I'm also using super ripe strawberries here, so just keep that in mind. They might get a little mushy. I like to go through here and just make sure that all of the sugar became pink, basically. And you either want to put a cover on this, and if you don't have a cover for your vessel, you can always just put a plate over it. If it's small mouth enough, you put it in a jar or whatever. And then we're just gonna let that sit for 24 hours in the fridge. It looks like I didn't get a little sugar there, but that's fine. So we're just gonna put this in the fridge. All right, in a little over 24 hours, this is what you have. And now all we gotta do is get rid of the solids and make the syrup. So we're gonna take another little one of our Cambros here, and we're gonna take a nut milk bag. It's better to do it with a nut milk bag than with a fine strainer because this stuff has gotten so mushy that a lot of matter can get through the fine strainer. So you wanna make sure that you do it through like a cloth. You can do it through a tea towel if you want, if you have a clean tea towel, or a nut milk bag. And then we're just going to do the painstaking task of squeezing all of the fruit syrup out of the solids. What's nice about doing syrup this way though is that you don't add a ton of water to it. So a lot of times people will make like a simple syrup and then put the fruit in the simple syrup and extract the juices out of the fruit from the simple syrup. This is literally just extracted juice and sugar. Like the purest representation of like a fruit syrup that you can get. All right, you two, and by you two, I mean you and the camera. This will be a pretty simple cocktail, actually. It's gonna be a little bit higher volume than this glass allows for, since it's only a 4.5 ounce glass, and this is gonna be an egg white cocktail. So you could actually probably strain one of these cocktails into 2 glasses. So we're doing like kind of a short form cocktail, super easy. So we're just gonna do, oh wait, you know what I wanna do first, actually, Marius? Let's bring out the refractometer and tell people how, sweet this is. Refractometers is definitely not something that you need to have, and it's something that I'm gonna do for you, so you know how sweet this is. But for those of you that make a lot of syrups and you want all your drinks to be completely consistent, especially if you're working in a professional setting, having a refractometer to measure the sugar content is really important. All right, so just a little bit right there. Close that up, take a look. Ooh, nice, right in the sweet spot, dude. 55 bricks. So that is 55% sugar, which means that it is a little bit sweeter than simple syrup. Simple syrup usually comes in at 50 bricks. So you could actually add a little bit of water to this to dumb it down to 50 if you want all of your syrups to be consistent. Personally, 55 bricks is fine. Some people really love to use 2-to-1 simple. It just means that a little bit's gonna go a long way with this. And so if you wanna like dial it in, you can really just like, instead of doing 3/4, you could do a half or a fat 3/4. I think I'm just gonna do I'm gonna do a scant 3/4, not fat. So we're gonna do 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. I'm gonna do a scant 3/4 here, like right in between the half and 3/4 mark of strawberry syrup. We're gonna do a little 1/2 ounce of Campari. So Clover Clubs usually get dry vermouth. I'm gonna do Campari though, because I feel like Chapel Roan really, she kind of strikes me as sort of sweet and sort of bitter at the same time. So I think putting a little Campari in there, not only is it gonna play up the color, but it's also going to, I don't know, be pretty fitting for a Chapel Roan inspired cocktail. And then we're gonna do a nice 1.5 ounces of our gin. All right, egg white time. Every time I do an egg white cocktail, and I've been doing them a lot lately, people ask me about alternatives to egg white. There are several alternatives to egg white that you can use. You can use a soy lecithin if you want to do that. 3/4 of a teaspoon of soy lecithin into this will give you a nice foam. You can do aquafaba, but just remember that aquafaba is going to like add a little nuttiness in flavor, which was great for, you know, stuff with barrel aged spirits in it, like whiskey sours and stuff. It is okay too with gin cocktails, but just remember you're just going to be adding that flavor profile. And then, you know, you can do the fee foamer, although the fee foamer is a little expensive, but hey, the fee foamer works really, really well. And it's just like 3 or 4 dashes into your cocktail gives you a nice egg white style foam. That being said, nothing gives you smooth, silky cocktails the way egg white does. So if you are not a vegan, I highly recommend that you put the egg white in your cocktail. Although you are running a little bit of a risk of, foodborne illness, I have never seen it happen in the over or just about 20 years that I've been doing this job, both in bars and on YouTube. I've never seen it happen.
I've never even heard of anyone.
Well, you know, the thing is that like salmonella, which is what everyone is scared of, is so rare in the United States because we wash our eggs, and usually salmonella is carried on the shell. So the thing is that like you don't really see much salmonella poisoning in the US anyway, but I've drank all sorts of crazy frickin' raw egg drinks. Eggnog, fresh eggnog.
5-year-old eggnog.
Full, like flips that have full eggs in it. What's that? What else?
5-year-old eggnog.
5-year-old eggnog where we left in the fridge, but that's actually safer. It's actually safer. All right, I'm gonna stop talking and actually do the rest of this cocktail. So we're gonna crack our egg here into our tin, like so. And I'm gonna go get our big rock of ice here. It is so handy to have these Claris ice cubes, dude. I cannot tell you how handy that is. We have a big rock of ice on demand whenever we want it. That is perfect for doing these types of shakes, but it's also nice in the smaller format cocktail glasses I was talking about earlier. Not that you in this video would know what I was talking about earlier, but Marius knows what I'm talking about. Let's give us a shake. Oh, by the way, I've never actually tasted this cocktail. I built it in my mind and we're R&D'ing it today. So this is not only a cocktail video, it's an R&D cocktail video, which is my favorite kind of video. Oh, and did I mention our Patreon? Did I mention our Patreon? I didn't mention our Patreon. So we had taken a little bit of a break, maybe a 5-year break from Patreon. We've been on Patreon for like 8 years now or something. Okay. We took about a 5-year break. We're back to Patreon because Patreon did something really smart. They did exactly what Substack did, and they're trying to build an actual platform that is not just about giving creators money. It's actually a platform that you can put free and paid content on it. So Marius and I are building out a sister show to The Educated Barfly with a bunch of different segments on it. Some of it will be behind a paywall if you guys want to give us money. Some of it will be free. All of it will be worthwhile, so you guys should check it out for sure.
Some of it might be the same as on YouTube, but you get it ad-free.
Not only will it be the same as YouTube ad-free, there's going to be a bunch of stuff that is Patreon exclusive only. Some of that will be free, some of it will be paid. So I think you should check it out whether you want to pay us or not. But for all those people that are like, the ads, well, if you're sick of the ads,
I
think it's worth subbing over there.
Or buy YouTube Premium.
Or buy YouTube Premium, that's true, yeah. I actually held out on the YouTube Premium for the longest time. YouTube did not sponsor this. Well, I mean, it kind of sponsored by YouTube, but not really. They're not giving us any money anyway, but I held out on it for the longest time.
Yeah.
And honestly, I did it. It's worth every penny of the 18 bucks that it costs. It is so much better. You can listen to it, you can turn off the screen and listen to it like a podcast if you want. You can't do that if you don't have premium. It's completely ad-free and you can just like play videos on a playlist. And since YouTube is like most of the video content that I consume, it's like 100% worth it. All right, let's give this a shot.
I've had it for a year and a half, 2 years now, and I've almost forgotten that there is a YouTube with ads in it.
This is gonna be able to fill 2 of these, I think. Let's see. Obviously, this is the important one because that's the chilled one. Gonna give us a nice shake. Oh yeah, smaller format cocktail, here I come. Let's see how much I can fill. Okay, not quite 2 cocktails, but.
But if you had a little bigger wash line on the first one, you would have done it.
Yeah, you could have cheated it. Yeah, could have cheated it for sure. All right, let's try the Pink Pony Club cocktail. Let's not forget. I think I'm gonna garnish, but I'm gonna do just a zest and discard so we get the nice fresh lemon zest, but I don't think I want a peel on it. I think I just want it as is. And you know what? Since we made 2, why would I taste out of the hero glass when I can taste out of this guy?
Well, that one doesn't have the lemon zest on it.
Oh, well, I can do the lemon zest on it too, you know. It does now. All right, cheers. Since we're R&D'ing this cocktail, so we have this on record, I'm gonna up the gin a 1/4 ounce. I'm gonna take the Campari down a 1/4 ounce, so it's gonna be like 1 3/4 of gin, 1/4 ounce of Campari, but I will say, just like flavor profile wise, the strawberry and the Campari hit you like right off the bat, and you get that nice bitter, you know, kind of undertone. You get all of the gin botanicals, and then you have this really nice tart and sweet strawberry on the back end, and of course, you got lemon throughout with that nice fresh lemon zest. It is fantastic. Here it is, the Pink Pony Club. Did you film this? That was just sitting there? What do you want to do?
Oh, now I just go back and...
No, I know. I was kidding. I was just like dad jokes and being stupid.
Oh, like what are we going to do for 24 hours?
Yeah, that was the joke, but it was a very stupid joke. But I gotta say, I think that this is my most proud moment. Like, I actually finally have a copy of the book that I wrote. It took me a year and a half to write this book. I'm very proud of it. So I would just implore everyone to go buy a book. The more books you buy, the better it is for me, and then I can make another book for you guys. I'm already thinking about new books, but I'm just super proud of this, and I just hope that you guys really enjoy it. So go out. There is a Genius link below this video and buy this book. I think you guys will really like it, and I worked really hard on it, and I love you guys, and you love me, and I love you, and you love me. It's a love fest over here, so pick up my book.